studio, so don't be surprised. We promised you somewhere last year that we're coming with a new studio, and so yeah, very soon we will have studio audience here to witness how we operate here when we finally said. But today, I'm happy to have Honorable Ken here. He'll be joining our discussion table this morning, and of course, there'll be no better person to start our maiden edition 2019 in a very new studio than Honorable Ken himself, the chairman, the group chair of Ken City Media Limited. He's also an MP person, and also he is the chairperson for the Communications Committee in Parliament. Let me quickly go on to some of our LPMs this morning, and then we continue with the newspaper review. Now, we're live on Man 107.1. When it's Honorable Wahadia, and it's the show na every radio, so said to me, I join here. To me, so I join here on Facebook at Net2TVGH. You're live on Man 107.1. But here, cost on my mention, so dependable herbal homes, and show say, Omo Enruni be Eda so Christmas one with Dinina. Just a moment, I'm found with 3 points. So today man capsule, today co-capsule, today laxative capsule, and today lady care capsule. Omunya no omsaso today lady wash. Na nina no benye bia to ewo. Omo distributors ni bia ho Repage Ventures, Kings Walk Herbal, and a Bay Watch Herbal. Ewo okanshi. Afin so o pe bia to betumi akoka so opposite Datas International, and afin so betumi from 027 222 0222 027 222 0222. Na kope omunro ni bito. Energy Commission see yen show say app no eda so wo the authentic and most authentic certified app no ewo na opese udi unwuma na so tuto appliances na unya the best out of it ko App Store na Google Play Store na download the certified appliance app eboa ma ho enwoma na wo to no nyinam kanea dodo ebetwe anasika dodo a obetumi SCV afin so National Petroleum Authority see and show say answer na wo be so gas cylinder no make sure say won take gas ni hwane wo kitchen ho ba bia anaso say gas no ba bia si no emframa ebofa ho ana ne agya no ekwan wo mpa yi o say make sure so say wo be so stove cylinder na answer was stove no afin so o say jato fie ho a 192 ana 999 na wonu mu meboa na dum uja no afi yebekoso na yedi enwuma na me the newspaper headlines say bro quickly and then somebody be abeto newspaper headlines say be interesting mom but yebesan so akoso na yedi enkomo Honorable Ken atena say dey na ensem kakra bi ho yebeka ye pese ye hwe say aban ne nhihye anasa ne plans pa 2019 airport 2020 dem afi so yebebisa ono an so ne nhihye ne plans 2019 and beyond afi men's gold in some akoso Temaport, Mamia, I say, to be Ako, Jinin Quepin, some enough. Yash, that's why to say, banks, Yanka, any problems. You would do any shepherding in every express in Mahama, Abreso, and now no, Nima and a manibasa. Your baby son, Rabokan, or no snadging, Efas, some Nafi, Yashe, Yana, Funda, young man, walk, Simo, and say, or no more edict, a pa, Nancy and Chebian, your cousin in a war. Yabeshe, and no Sniash, after GSA. Or suspending all PTA dues near share and also briefly say bit to me. But quickly on our newspaper headlines now. You started with the Daily Searchlight. Can continue Daily Searchlight. So we will nap men's gold boss government. And we share a beautiful picture of men's gold boss and in a year ewaha. Now after so NAPCO recruits to be paid this week. The front pages of the Daily Searchlight. Can good morning. After so, the new crusading guide or say NDC government provides safe haven for Ponzi scams. Its porous financial and inefficient system allows always breeds fraudsters. I'll say NDC for Aben so ena Sanyomenina etumisi. Just Pond exposes mischief in contract cancellation claim. Says the government has no money to pay. And we have government secures $60 million for phase 2 of UHAS project. That's Honorable Kojo Opon Kruma. And also, Yana and anybody who come on, but yen to me, and Yanon any Honorable Ken, everybody who come on, near share, baby, a to me, a diacusi. Men's gold balls arrested in Dubai. Science, some will see, try say, the truth in it, because sometimes the newspaper headlines can be misleading. But again, government initiates reforms to transform education sector. Minister for Education and Ghana First CEO claims unpatriotic contractors. Okay. Slums, sorry, unpatriotic. And as a Mama caused banking sector mess, says Dankwa Institute boss. So, yeah, you better and also near share. We share the backstage, so I'll say we should pay attention to the outlets. Ghanaian Times, Yana and Danny's funeral underway, and Yana and Danny, the Usha, and some baby, but Aban we are president, say, what Bomodian in Penifat and our hair, and Penifua, Omoben, Akunyana, Banisana, was a you to Hunina, and you. Anyway, Ghana Africa, so there was some cool tradition view. Anyway, Temaport Marketing Public Affairs Manager murdered by unknown assassin or assailant. 4 dies in auto crash on Tema Aflao Road. Oh God. I didn't hear this and some way ever share. I say, yeah, back page. I say, Kotoko pass first, cotton sports test. Okay, and now, so commentary, nibi. Laimomo, oh, you're biased, but good morning. NIA begins registration exercise in Ghana East tomorrow. NIA, for him say, a boy, Mujaka Krawa, and it's my active. But Sunny NIA, so that Ghana NIA Bakoyenim. Daily Guide, say, MENZGOLD SAGA, search for #1 deepens, search cited in Dubai, and then government resolves NAPCO glitches. Yana funeral resumes, and then PMMC boss dead. Oh, sorry. Kojo Opare Hammond. Well, first Sky fights road crashes with 1 million Ghana cedis. Well, good job on that. Yadi we near fat daily graphic. It will be the last, but not the least. I'll say GES suspends PTA dues and in SHSs. Okay, and let's have consensus on development. Dr. Sipa Yankee. And I think so. Yeah, well, New Year school opens today, and then Kasapreku to set up new factory in Ashanti region. That is what we want. With a back page of the PURC directs utility companies to justify demand for tariff increases. Hey, PURC need tariff increases, need demands in their account. Government resolves NAPCO tripped. Okay, stipends challenges. Well, I buy say or shall say no say echo. But again, challenges ni by banswa obey yin no say obey hu bi and I say obey yin no afa the obetumi. Any honorable Ken ena etia honorable Ken atenase. Nti obey ye be kan sam ni bi ina ya boso tell na afa ya mane kwan no akọ. Honorable Ken aye very very busy, but your friend let me say we tie asopam eno abetan. Honorable Ken Yamakwaba. I feel convert to you. Say Christmas, let me relax here.
Oh man, me relax. And no crana mom tear me very seriously, but me okay.
Yeah, then you say. Who see Ghana into one that?
Now I don't want that. If you expect progress.
Over the weekend, yet immense good. Maybe first a year, me say Obisi was sporting with Lubo border. No across them, so body from I don't know what true that, but the catcher in the panel say, well, some of these things you can't deal with it unless or until you get a very substantive information. Now, I'm not surprised. Say every Drew Monday and 7 weeks now. Say instead of boarding from Ghana, no, or Cote d'Ivoire boarding from Cote d'Ivoire.
We don't see the main. Okay.
Oh, we met in Friday night, but I think Friday night or Saturday morning. And now, maybe say, yeah, me one, but we say, yeah, media. Sometimes any information I am trying. Now, after your government plans going forward, 2019 to 2020, near Abaya year and in your personal year, you ever call nature may faster angle, say, you ever call breaking on. Yet, Tenasi, X, and your ma Abaya year. You took the pain, you researched, you gave us a lengthy year of Abaya achievement within the last 2 years. After you started another phase, you perceive a share Abaya share in the plans. After you near MENZGOLD in some Temaport, you can say some time ago, you sent Kuma, maybe I think one of the banks, Tema. Now, if you don't quite see boss say, banks here collapsing in the air cost by Express and Mahama, Abenso and start here, and now Express and Mahama, any Mubi, Yasha, and no Sonia Jiwa chef. When something may bow in Nama and Ape, one after the other, near the other issues. And then so, your viewers, a chance, no more prayer, and I almost watch your dream. It's just a baby now, so we wish you a happy new year. But they are the same, we have time for that.
Thank you very much. Mima. A tier 4 will be our behavior official. Say medical started with MENZGOLD Day.
Okay.
But Koya Ebeya Mekatini. My uncle lawyer be. Na a soldier for Isika Koshe men's gold. No say.
Yeah.
In the course of that, now only men's gold, Cratchy, the deputy Ekasa. And he made a call to the guy in Spain.
Oh, okay.
I've not heard anybody talking about Spain. I'm speculating South Africa and one. That time that he was talking to him, he was in Spain.
Personally, I know he has a Spanish residence.
So he was in Spain. The time that he was talking to him, I'm warning my uncle lawyer and say, so Okoji a soldier from Kwa the Emmanuel, Emma Woman, me blue cover. Because Ghana ni be a Ghana ni, be a yajini sika biano.
It deserves
say, Ninsabeka ni sika. Inti onke ni ena wankoji. I am not against the fact that a soldier for Behunu say, only sika no. But say behind the scenes, na enkonfo person mutria a soldier for no the among behind the scenes. So I question say, although you're a lawyer and you're a year bro, let your conscience also guide you. What happens to the rest of the people who are vulnerable? I won't need contacts. There should be a class action against men's gold to retrieve some of their monies. What you say? The last time that the lawyer was talking to him, he was in Spain. Meaning anything about the boy.
Okay.
But what I heard that day, no me on and on in Kasa, and it just was Spain agree in terms. We said they have to pay the soldiers this and that, which is not fair. I was against it. But let us speak the truth about the whole thing. You see, I don't like situations where we politicize genuine issues that concerns every citizen of this country. Adia we are. I listened to a
Okay.
I was Asempa, and I was laughing. You see, we are now try to MPP. We will be tempted to expose all NDC people that have invested in Abai. Me interest any men's gold. Me not too sure of people that invested in. But I'm certain of NDC people that created microfinance.
Yeah.
Put their money in. I started criticizing this as far back as 2014, 2015. Some of the MPs came to me, pleading with me, said, business. Yeah. And they started withdrawing their monies gradually. And one of them is Ideal Finance.
Oh.
One of them is Ideal Finance. When I put them on the spot, say, MPs and ministers are now we investing with Ideal Finance. What do you say? And I mentioned some names. The one of them were Miss Senior, also one number. When he said, I'm sorry, no problem. What do you say? Don't let us politicize the issue. So, okay, so politicizing. The NDC for Sikabi Eko Tokuro Bebian, PBD. They have invested more in men's gold than MPP for. The MPP for they tend to be very smart. What do you say? Come me. How can this young man deceive me? I remember 2017, three young ladies approached me 3 consecutive times. So you have to invest in men's gold. And I gave them a check. Say, boss, me time, me work at the Sadu College. Me we're smart teacher me. Me for me can question na 12%.
Wow.
And I'm blasting with me kind power. Parliament na me full steps. I'm blasting with say they shouldn't come to me. They should go and tell their boss me are smarter than us. He thinks. Because and yes, I'm smart too, but me greedy. Me greedy.
Oh no, we think it's greed.
Yeah, it is greed. Don't let us dodge the issue. Before we talk about any bad deal, let everybody be aware. Read my lips. It is greed. It is greed. Because there's nowhere in the world that when you invest over 100,000 and now 200,000 Ghana cedis, your interest in a month
can be 12%.
Can be 12%.
Wow. Yeah.
So if we are invested 12 months, say you when you see Canada Brosupra say 44%. Yeah. So why are you crying? Oko first 20,000 cities koto, also per 7%. Me mode na anu mishia, ma mibia, all Vodafone, all Kennedy and 48,000.
Wow.
Or the 48,000 akoshe mo se ne ba wa brojire school. Then we go to the hostel. And I'm so why 6 months? I'm so well. 6 months means you got half of your money.
But you know the truth. Most of the people, when you talk to them, they will tell you, say, they turn over the whole capital with their dividends back again and invest it.
So it's what?
Well, it's a high risk investment.
It's greed.
What gamble that?
You see, yes.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but you know who gambler, and who gamble a greed. What do you say? You say you take risk.
Yeah.
Who says we don't calculate risk?
Good.
We do calculate risk. We do. When the whole issue money say, you had a test case of God is love,
yeah,
DKM and all those things.
American.
What do you say? Say there's another company this Legon I was saying KVIP. When you invest in KVIP with 100,000, you get so much 300,000. It is also another way of duping the people because any government contract, who is giving this a? And Rabbi Honor will be a friend. Some other be out. Mammy say, "Oh, Tamale." Now I send this 200 Ghana series. The Abraham I'm saying, say, me so I'm filling funds for government job, a whole lot of things. Well, some are ignorant.
Yeah.
But the key thing that we should let Ghanaians know is that anybody who gets involved in such things, one, we're greedy. Two, ignorant. So government comes in because majority of the people were ignorant. Then we can say government should come in and try and retrieve some of the monies for them. Because, well, too bad. You see, I is sad to say, when Security Exchange started talking about this, Ghana for all drew attention, were insulting the Security Exchange, plus the guy himself insulting Kenupuriata. He sent somebody to come to me to go and plead with Kenupuriata, and I asked the guy 2 questions. So, Mammy, this is a question. What is the who I'll catch him? Say, me go patch your money with Kenupuriata. So, who sit on winner? What bring winner? And can't go up with Ghana music. I'm telling you what. How will you make from entertainment? Hold on. Opinion. We are all in business. I'm not extraordinary or perfect in anything. But I'm saying that how much money are you going to earn from sponsoring musicians in this country for you to pay 7%, 10%, and 12%? Mr. Bizanipa is into football. So I ask him, Ghana football. What is a one Sika? And how is Ghana football? How much are you going to get from Ghana football for you to pay somebody interest of 12%? Hey, you've made an interesting point. I say, yes, I'm telling you. And the way he insulted the finance minister, I cannot go there because in the first place, I am against the whole thing. But now, it never be criminal.
Others thought that he was doing very well. He was doing okay. Young sports, ni football as entertainment as somehow okay. Obi be a friend of guerrilla tactics. He want to put his name out there. Or person nyoma catchy. So you'll be on top of every news, the name, the branding. It's marketing. It's probably not directed.
You see, let me tell you something. People have started attacking people that did advert for him.
For him, yeah.
They have a point in a way because my credibility is on the line. The moment you see, I have a lot of followers. So if I go out there and advertise
and
for
endorse someone
and endorse the my followers
attached to
will believe what I am saying and go and invest in MENZGOLD. So he used in his smart tactics, he used
the very well known.
Yeah, we popular. What you say? To give him credibility. Now, the argument these depositors are making against those people is that, first of all, they should have investigated. It is not because they will buy or the man Land Cruiser or the man saying, you know, your credibility is on the line. They did not do any investigation and they went ahead and endorsed it. What do you say?
That's part of it.
Yes.
They're supposed to have management teams or management companies
who
do that.
They should have dug into it and check say ade bidi ekoto su eye anansa enye. Na woni me nipa dodo a attempt me with sika.
Wumu.
Why not? Me nipa.
Wow.
Woni me nipa attempt with sika say bia ade we eba yes stop.
Yeah. Influence.
Ma ye wo musa na fo bia hu sa kwa we die. We are obe blow cover. It might save. Me nye tempted ni anymore. Well, into who kwaya de am bia. Check the background of that particular company before you put your hard-earned reputation
on it. Yeah.
And then they also have themselves to be blamed.
But essential PM say, Kumasi, for instance, the customers, that grieved customers, were trying to vandalize some properties. Then some of the property owners came out to say, share documents in it. He rented it. He didn't buy it. 80. So who branded houses, branded properties, now they're now person who vandalize here. You probably might be doing the wrong thing.
Yes, I know they
end up.
Sir, Obi be rental premises. In a Juma. I know there's nothing wrong with it. But Obi no onim. Ofu say jeme de we osi to turn your man wato. It's unfortunate. Let me give you another example. As somebody came with you because my best friend, me be biano. Onu ti ana ma careful. What you say?
Yeah, MENZGOLD now.
Yeah.
Okay.
My best friend, Enyon Kununu.
Okay.
What you say? Diana, my careful. Winning. Royal Rochester.
Oh, okay.
Papa no, Embra Auton. I got a wing of it, say, Auton, say anything. The coin, they $4 million. When I checked, no, I said the problem here Auton was do so. Affectino, now he wanted to sell the place. Me check here, I didn't know assassin size. Now, Oko to $4 million. Already, electricity air bulk. In the midst of me,
you face the same problem.
Yeah, I'll face the same problem. I stayed down. Can you believe that the guy has bought the property and demolished it completely?
Yeah.
First of all, we are business, and we are smarter. First of all, ask yourself, these days, properties, values in East Legon are going down because the traffic is so heavy.
And it's becoming more commercial.
Well, it's becoming more commercial, fine, but it is going down because of traffic. So for you to put up a hotel, maybe 200, 300 rooms, you want to do charity work. Yeah, because who started from a home to come to the city to do business? I'm sorry.
A bit bad.
They say residents who there and all the traffic was cycling and said the traffic is heavy and therefore he's going.
Yeah.
But to go and buy a property worth about $4 million, demolish it, and put up another massive account yet.
I see.
But
who question the business model? Because on this very show, somewhere last year, Yebisa said, okay, what actually is his business model? But economy, I say, in human doors into Kokan. And you know, Ghanaians, we have to blame ourselves. Yeah. You start to say, bringing some of this to their attention. Some of the people who were benefiting actually thought, say, someone was against him. Truly, me for one, I really appreciate him for the smartness and everything. But baby,
you see, don't use the word smartness.
Oh, but he's been smart, Honorable.
You see,
to be able to get all these people to invest in his company.
The guy is not smart. He's bad. Don't use smartness to qualify what he has done. I'm telling you, he's a bad boy. And Ghanaians are greedy, naturally. That is why this bad boy was able to deceive them. The truth must be told. what can government do now for you? I have always advised that, look, take this guy to court. A lot of microfinance companies and all these men's gold, whatever, are changing the properties that belong to the company into different people's names. I have said this several times. Take him to court. Let court put injunction on everything. They say, man, a lot of the properties were this basic. Changing to people's names. Unless you have an insider who can tell you, say, this property in India was changing, then the government or court can investigate and see, say yes.
And no crown, if it was done before the class action, it will not be affected.
But you see, we cannot sit as a nation for this amount of money to be taken away.
Honorable Yanko break here by to help in this situation, because it looks like this is about the third time I will say Ghanaians or aggrieved customers should take class action. Yet, class action, they rather want to go on a rampage, they rather want to come on radio when they can consult some law firms to be hard on the issue and then get them their money. Let's take a quick break. When we're back, Honorable Ken and Yenini didn't come. Yasha men's good, some year fancy her. You buy a better house now for Yasha, Dankwal Institute also can say Usha banks now a good in some air cost on the Brena. Every ex-president Mahama Abreso, and no, your family will be the name show near the dialogue. We'll be right back after this break. But the dialogue, so your family will be the name. You know, Honorable Ken and Edin Como, your men's good in some, but in you're sharing your buying between I the Abua aggrieved customers. Earlier on, your car pass a bank and say on your own share because I think so. Bank of Ghana name Minerals Commission, the Omhuji, and not the econo. I say customers need to be authority. Ubi crown if you say I buy any person good men's good which I doubt. I mean now clear signals are out say and you are buying any person good obi. I buy the car or no pony pem no human in your casena and I'm crying so and funny pana I buy on tonica crying. So I doubt if that is the reason. I face you best share down quality institute for a year on the other two say oh shit banks are Google and say yeah. Oh, do when you share, I started expressing Mama Bresso now. I call Camille say, I buy now you didn't can wash you, and say, baby, sound some. You better come and go. But me a prayer say, baby, show now 0240 550 899 0240 550 899. Now, you didn't come up. So join us on Facebook at Net2TVGH, Net2TVGH on YouTube and Instagram. We also on Twitter. You better me continue a conversation and all honor. Oh, fair. I would any baby I will free for your trust. So now, so. Oh, throw messages now. Make sure say we didn't any baby. I will throw free. Ebe count near to me. I can't now. Honorable Ken. Now before you ebe corner, can say baby you do there. If we are buying some, but say you now be to me take class action and now say be to me pay. Law firm be very solid. Now it do almost some moment. That means we be add in the signature be share. Say me mahu to me say ABCD law firm in taking up this issue. Now for international near here baby kwakus. Me say me can say target. At the very moment in time, no money issue be. Na me ejuma. Last year, they sent me an email saying make a class action. If I consent, they will take it up. But unfortunately, we are subscribing here $2.50. $2.50. Anyway, 80.
But we're, apart from the fact that the people were greedy, we still cannot say, God, this amount of money. Sir. You know, too much money. Too much money. And let me tell you, reliable source. When I started arguing, on one casa men's gold bueno, and him say, MPP for the person who there was a bank owner who took him on first. You know, I mean, I call Royal Bank and two other banks several times. I only draw my attention. Say, yeah. All deposits are going to him.
Wow.
Oh. So one bank owner, I want to the name. Yeah. Took this guy on. He had to go and sit and negotiate with the owner of the bank. What you say? So he knew say Adina Oyana and yet he knew. And he on one person on himself and yet.
But that's why he was sitting on a time bomb.
Yes, MPP for na egu na juma. They no na the time no eba. And the security exchange for so no. Na wa who say wa pim. So he had to use defensive mechanism. And Ghana for as dumb as we are again, bought into near all canon.
But honorable,
and defended
so dumb.
No, chair.
No. That's how we present it will be not to convince the panel and not just so dumb.
Please, we are still to nation ticket. A whole Eco Bank manager be out in 600,000 Eco 2. You will see more bank. Yes, you will see him also a bank manager. How can this manager manage
your finance? Yeah.
What you say? Because greedy. And was when him pass at the end of the year and lasted, but he wanted to take advantage.
I know your high risk investment. Yeah.
You see, all the risk we talk about comes with greed. Yes. Telco bull market.
Yeah.
Wall Street in me. Agreed. And a man depend it take his risk. If the moment I'm one.
But say you calculate it.
When you say who calculating risk here? You will not go that way. First of all, who say you ask salient questions. How can I invest 200,000 and make profit of 144,000, which means I take my 100
and you still have
and
more
still have 44%.
Your capital, yeah.
What you say? Now you ask, a man about 30%.
No amount,
12% because he has workers to pay.
Yeah. But yeah, wouldn't say yes, so my brother, the Okoto, the okay.
On the more serious note. Yeah. So, government should even go after them. Or maybe the number of months on this can put your tax.
Wow.
Ghana for what is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Who said the government? What will happen? Can you go and take Usika from Wall Street?
No.
Without paying tax? Ask them
it's
if they pay
in
tax.
Calculated.
Don't bring any government in. We will come after you again. And the movie say, my friend, you go Ghana. All these people that made profit, did they pay tax? How much do you earn in this country for you to be paying tax all the time? And these people were taking 12% a month and never paid any tax to government. Ghana for arguing coho. They should keep quiet, fight the guy and take their money and don't bring government in. Because she gave herself away. You can easily go after her. So the number of months I would give her huge profit.
Did you pay tax on that?
Yeah.
It's clearly a taxable income.
Yes, what government can do to you is a clearly taxable income, which they all avoided or refused to pay.
But again, wouldn't that go back to the MENZGOLD company? Because you have regulations and rules that you are working with. You have to cut out your tax.
That is not a withholding tax.
Okay.
It is not a withholding tax. What just says you have to declare and pay tax on it, which they haven't done. It is a demonstration. Check. How many months did you invest? How much interest did you take? And how much tax did you pay on it? They cannot take government and invade tax. You turn around. No buy a video and you bet 20 MPP. Kokoto because first we are capre kura anko aban ho se me say I don't support what the guy has done. They have to go after him. But don't bring government in. And they should listen to me clearly. We are 12 o'clock. They should rather beg the government to intercede on their behalf. But not to hold government. Yeah, who can so hold government will take the books. Even if you took 1 month interest, you have to pay tax on it. Because 1 month interest no mujino. Who are we we be musika a whole year who be juma kurana utia tax. Unya says what are they doing? So they should rather plead with government to assist them than to arrogantly coming on air and you bet 20 years.
Sir, Bebrena, Enya who says, Uye Bibina, Ode threaten a buying with voting coming into power. Usually, a buying yet threatened, a buying feeling a bit.
Yes, sir, Ghana, young queen. Yes, sir, people will not change because I wouldn't go invest to Sika. I will be now lose. Now see a buying me. Now I buy the Ehunko to your mom. Then the other Mr.
Honorable Meme can say DKM and God is lovers in Sikaya buying Kuchi. When I heard it, cry before they read the budget. Because I buy any other issue that happens, people will fall on government to come into stuff like that. And it clearly will be private business. And
no a financial institution, so microfinance. Yeah. This guy has no license. Now let us go to this issue here. NDC, I keep telling you, supervise looting in this country, and Ghana for so soon we have forgotten ourselves where we're coming from and where Akufo-Addo has taken this government or this country or this economy to. Okay, let's ask ourselves a question. President Mahama, Okufa 620 million cedis if they were doing well.
It was clearly they were not doing well.
Precisely.
But Honorable, we'll come into that issue. Let me read a few messages because it looks like my message is getting packed up. WhatsApp 0240550899 and on Facebook at Net2TVGH. We say Brother Awutu Bejiase. Okay, many Ghanaians are fully greedy and and a lot of people don't care about the risk at all. Hey, Charlie. Many Ghanaians are okay. You've said that, and I think you are repeating that. So let me go on to our next message. So clearly it says Odwe from Tema and Oka or say I will rate President Nana Akufo-Addo 80% for his 2 years in office. All the ministries are working hard for the betterment of Ghana. Okay, but the office of the independent prosecutor has been so quiet for long. We wake up, Martin Amidu. That is from Odoi in Tema. Let me quickly get one or two, and then we get it from there. Please check the sound engineer to check the sound quality is very bad. Okay, thank you very much. We're watching you live all the way from Elubo border. Okay, thank you very much. That's quite a way. Kufojidira. Okay, I got the name right. Kufojidira. That's a very long name. Ernest Akiko at Elubo border. Okay, Ernest, why do you give me that long name if you have a pretty name like that? Honorable, also who put it together the financial is versus this men's good
financial malpractices. The way NDC within the shortest possible, how banks emerged. They formed banks left and right.
But then that shows that they've created the atmosphere and now the environment for businesses to come up.
You see, they gave license to their chronics.
Rather.
Yes. Foreigners and chronics. Who can rather? Can you go and ask Prudential Bank owner what he has gone through with NDC? We are very wicked people. Prudential Bank at the year, Papa. One day, me discuss Kotoho, Fred Acosta Nebisan. I did call crack Numa. Because Prudential Bank of Ghana doesn't want to release dollars. Mon friend, what he went through. You see what has emerged from Seydou Agogo, Heritage Bank. Yeah. I was here in 2015, 2016, mentioning one day a contract that was Sarago, Agricot, and one other company. But it was $19,950,000. The second one was $19,250,000. And the third one was $16,850,000. And I'm telling you, he did not use even $10 million to import all these into this country.
Wow.
So that kind of money, easy money for them to establish a bank. And banks no obi a capital sovereign bank say sika omri ko show 130 million omu ye no mu is can free ho
Says can ke was said daho.
Yeah, as capital, yes. Yes. And on the cushion bank.
Security the year was said daho.
Yeah. What happened? So whoever said Mahama, NDC, and the good banks, no. Yeah, because they knew, they themselves. Why is it that they are not arguing? Why is it that all these banks are not arguing? There was one case, GN Bank, that a friend of mine has about 50 million. I want yes, can it be? And workers from Gold Coast Security to GN Bank. And in Kesikana, I want Gold Coast Security, on Pamela GN Bank. So that a buying techie GN Bank go banana is secure. People were begging for government to take over the banks so that their monies will be secured. This is an achievement that Ghanaians should not let go and shouldn't forget. You see what is happening to MENZGOLD customers.
Yeah.
Can you imagine all these banks are government now consolidating? If Kenoforiata and the economic management team has not come up with the policy plus the Bank of Ghana, governor, and then the deputies are, what would have happened to these people?
Yeah. Because a lot of people, mainly maybe I'll say the school fees, Nukunu ye Japadie, in some own who sushena, so torn this kind of shame. Mamina up to now, no Nine Kasa, she sounds a bit off. And the kids wanted me to see the situation.
And that boy, what? Let me say a question. You see, maybe some young Kono questions. Don't you advise this boy? Or how many people say, Kwabe, I stop on to say, wow. That day, no, Papa, I say a question. And your man, me come, you know, and I say, whoa. So we a businessman everywhere in the world. The government, the may blame government, any security agencies, and say we did not act fast. Here, the moment any country in the world, easy to talk to you because what in America, any country in the world, if a mra boy no echo otum for na tamakaso, what's the normal day, young crowding na all two sikagu, right? The government should have.
The best stepping in.
Yeah, government should have gone after this boy. Two, the movement now is he smart? Who say smart? We are smart. So who are kowari Bema? Bema no oba wanu ndisika. Now $2 ego. He gave himself away. Who now $2 ego. Nessa one para. Wako brejak. And we meeting jamia because me nika but plans be a me fa me second rule. And who said I just stopped everything 6 o'clock. Now could die. Then two visa many say apart from say obi abesan line ho children no ame boano hospital bill school fees any. Me nua ba say o worry. Na me could spray dollars.
So now tell to me.
Who could spray dollars? Who da ho dwene. Good. Me saw 2 incidents in Kwa. Security agency, they could have gone after the guy. Because any security agent to go after you. Mamima, one example. My next door neighbor in America, West Orange, no a Nigerian. And was also contested in Nigeria. Then he started bragging on this social media or Rolls Royce or jet near Ampa. No Rolls Royce, me nusi antique and summertime. They da your area or Nyasam Kitwa. On one kasa ninsema okayen, the government America for picked on him. The man went to jail for 8 years.
Wow.
You need BSA if you know it's why I do for sale abong. Yeah, but I'm saying that Okodwa Nenuno, wouldn't how they got him. A one who said our old age home is true. But they were inflating
the prices. So that means be an insurance company, be an asset financial company, be a back on more.
One will say on one they give himself away by putting all those things on the social media. Ghana, what are we doing? What are we doing? Obini Kennedy Agyapong, nothing is being done about it. And no, we said me 200 Ghanas, and I was madam. And then Tina, what's the telephone number of Fra and Co? Now, Tina, me, I'm a Jew, Sikana, who can, or Fremedy, I don't even know a Buagina who can be. And
you see,
so security agencies should step up with these kind of things.
Mamenka messages nika krem say Facebook ayeshi mankan amanfo enemy betwa so. We also your friend Alasan Suleiman Ewonima say unbelievable, honorable, you are doing well. Keep it up. Sule from Nima. Emmanuel J. Sama. Emmanuel J. Hammer. Or say, I was once a victim of noble dream, and I decided not to do such investment in my life again. People don't learn from their mistakes. Watching you live from Doncaster, UK. Okay, well, all the way from UK. Good morning. You're doing right. Yao, Japan. Abedi, please check the sound. Okay, I know my engineers are hard on, and it should be okay by now. So let me know if it's okay. Bad sound. Okay, we have done that. They say, Owusu Ohene Achia Frederick. He said it on radio at USA. He's Emilia Bro based because okay, I think there's a conversation going on. Say something. Then the 2TV knows you are here. Okay, yeah, they're all saying something. Kofi Edu Boahene will say this men's gold saga will expose many people who make noise on radio and TV. Many don't have Ghana at heart, but their stomach. Yeah, that's exactly what Honorable Ken is trying to do. And we say, Aziz Abdul Razak, this is a revelation from one Dr. David Nomanyo, a former policeman about Nam1, and he reads that one on my mind. I think Ghanaians would be better served if politicians stop approaching blames. Okay, this is a whole new conversation. But here, number one, as some any can men's good. It's so sad, say people have to lose all this huge sum of money because of one investment or the other. But again, I will see a share idea Ephraim. And after so just let me caution say more to Mudim Rasham some says a man for properties near the end. And yet now and then I'm one and any dear crown. I'm sure say by now say the honorable can be no why be our turn and now our diabetes am will be full pro. To kwesa ebia usika shina ban science so answer account there anything good for you. Honorable yen share into the say no. And then aban betumi I found. Is there a way government can help these people?
Well,
a woman say oba ebia yes na so akwa edin mum men's God is love DKM US tilapia a lot.
You see, if victims no and me and complain police what do I say now they have to go to police or security agencies and make complaints with evidence.
Okay,
police act as a buying abemuno but for them to recoup some, I say some because all the money they earn possible they won't get it. For them to recoup some of the money, court should come in. And yes, sir, government cry kochinwa also the court.
Sure.
So I've said it several times. Now that I hear some are going to the police, more report now police is taking over power. It means Aban has stepped in. So to help. And yes, sir, government on its own cannot go and arrest if nobody has made a complaint.
Even the police cannot go on its own to arrest.
Yeah, sir, police, government.
Yeah, Facebook. Kojo also say the security agencies in Ghana are all weak because all party foot soldiers of NDC and NPP, and also mostly party soldiers of NPP and NDC. On come Masem Kra Queen Zubi. I say sure you guys are working on it. Okay, thank you. And then Dachi MP. So I think the sound is perfect now. And thank you for getting back to us from Biggie Small. Okay, and we are saying that this one guy has really demonstrated to the world that not all that glitters is gold, as they say. Yes. And
may advice back one Ghana from painful. Ghana from painful. Mamu masika eni monim bebiama obia na sorry na mo ko chia otumfo na mo ko ma president and then they making arguments woni president a picture woni otumfo a picture and I say people let them to go and see all these things. I mean we easily get carried away and you maybe you say yeah
that I can tell you
honestly what you say now they call all money no akojina no atwa picture pa. The moment they see his picture with the president, people believe say
he's linked.
Yeah, he's a good businessman doing good. The moment they see him with Otumfuo, he's a good A.
But what was Canada?
In Canada, one day, a Coco Vanilla line so. Bishia me nyonko no asase bi and America Jensen Aquawe Awa. Omu ye bad. Yeah, omu ye bad indeed. Or to answer already. And what Kajem say? No, we are miensa. And what Kajem say? Third boy now walk home. Nay, a guy one.
Okay.
But me minimum personally.
Okay.
Tell what I say. Minimum personally. And near aircon. Don't let us politicize the issue and address it as it is.
Yeah.
So we politicizing the pet. The I listened to Honorable Esiedun Ketia. The way he was politicizing the issue, I can also trace from the very beginning of his establishment. What you see?
Do you have that research? To me, yes, back.
Yeah, I have a minimum from Kaswani, minimum BBA. What do you say? Meaning BBA.
But we're restraining because of the pain people are going through, and answer we feel say we should tackle it from a very balanced point of view.
You see, you have to tackle it. Ghana for me. Who say there be how be do be atema utu sebi ne pe atem didi ne nko muye. So this time we have to take
the bull by the horn.
Yeah, the bull by the horn. Speak the truth. Me and Kotu sugar Kotu nyamano. So that next time. Sir, East Legon, Aquana was starting a year KVIP. Yeah. Our government Ben was so much KVIP contract from here. They should listen. They should listen. That they don't go and do it. Make a government should national security, police, CID, they should go and investigate that guy. We shouldn't sit there to let it get this far.
But again, what's worker? I mean, are you going to go and make that
maybe security agent. I've hinted you, go there, investigate. I'm not saying cause is arrest.
Okay.
Go and investigate.
But investigate and then
and see, say, Adiana Oyen. I'm sorry, sir. Aha, any baby. But this time, Yanka, because Ghana for greed, me can't won't you say. Also, to be when me crew more. Or baby, a sorry, I sing a told soon near Dubia Sintem. And for free tamale, catchy a ball. Koforibia Techima
a vampire bow.
Techima Sunyane Kumasi and Crime. Echo Takura, they say, Omokope double your money. Or so for no. I saw now one be see what for Sukuanumo. Montian ye. Now, car, I saw for Binomo and Tiasi. Miss Simon on the more Yachro Sikakuru.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Me say, I'll never lie to you. Ya chiro sikekuru ene bo. Na hwe ni video no a akwa gwa na mo refini din. Bosheba. O Bosheba TV ni ayi. O tena sisei. O de ade to no so na sika. Na egu fom. Why? What is the security agencies doing? What are they doing?
But honorable, when there's spiritual issues,
bullshit. Excuse my language. This year, my say me you but but please, spirit one. Jesus ya wo somo no. Hin what ko boy say sika kuru. Oba masoria. Oba masoria na obenya sika.
Yeah.
Why is it that these 12 people that came to me now awareness na base papa na ebuom injom bajuom sika na police if one so esta wo so what you say said the country is sick in terms of greed and corruption. The country Ghana is sick in terms of greed and corruption.
Mama announce your phone lines now for ye to so ye be ma okwan now so afre ofra my udini baby a wo free 0240550899 0240550899 ofra bomodia na ma o wonsam na enye tietie eni honorable Ken ena edi nkomo sese ana honorable Ken share ndi onu na dwen afa ne ekoso ne ho afa so
madwen papa wo enye se onu na dwen papa
so na obanyo obia na me say me no nya 100% because say obi aba catch them say oh no but I meant to ask you Kenny design and Kenny clothing line now any be now share
there be me driver back to be
nice I think so talk Kenny because I see the pieces and the you know also patronize you know a clothing line
okay
so,
but now what person patronizing number one e person obu nkofo nya no ofa bi aya me pena sem be reference
apia Jackie apia na
no obonyum
just blessing
no
okay oh yeah
ne nyom try cool ne papa ne oni abekala pass ai Becca. I saw them no nyina advert for this guy na me madwin ye deep wa the way me pe Becca sam no say me anka mekwa investing because of Becca kura appearance.
I see.
So people are support to Becca a trust no no fun no. They will go into the guy's investment because of her.
True.
What you say?
True.
But me wa brochire na me hu Medoc about 62 billion. Now what is that question be now who am say? Who say Argentina ya dey na Medoc na ye gold chain, necklace, rings, na gold kura ye 62 billion. The same thing or different no Americans.
Yeah.
OJ na ye necklace. Gold, so why are you asking these questions? So
part of
it. Who a man her company, a bad directors. Maybe say one of the companies within Dasukwa. People think I'm a part of it. I think I have to go and take my name out because some buses here they will come after me.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Sometimes you
the directors, people. Yeah, directors of companies in here now. Maybe they won't be.
Anyways.
So, but he's
a fine young man. I mean, if you say I dream of this starting,
what's it? I dream big.
I dream of this starting.
Let me tell you something. Adisco is a great school, very great in the sense that Maminka Semcho, Emma Asemi Bayano, Mimi Kunti, Emma, Mintimin can because I respect him near. Na Yeshia, ye group. Na me say boy we pa they were all dupe. But me initially I made a statement somewhere. One we are a backre because say me na mama ga na ye guntina me nya hwe Intimin Kawi. And now listen to the disco boys. I'm saying no. You have to kick against it because Obun Konfo Ghana ha. How can you say why are disco boy Intino? We are not going to talk about it. You realize the unbiased of these old boys. Say no. Abranti and Adiana Wayan. And it's as simple as that. So Adiana Wayan. So what is happening now, dear? I think depositors, they should rather plead with government to take this matter up for them. They should first go to court, report to the police, take the matter to court, then government will come in. But the Obama betraying Abai say, Abaya Kwaji Usika Mawa, Mamenoa, or call a video, they call to social media. The government should even call and ask for the tax that she paid on that amount of
now Abai Suru say all this number, like this large number of people say, one why and ye Sika Sida Yama DKM, on your cast Abai Bechiao, or say Abai Buani and Chinam one. Say there can be a normal class action suit against the company. Ain't Abai to me Finipem and Kwaya say, okay, may China because of Niamiti radio in newspapers. So. But again, almost play on part now if you are buying Anya. I think we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think into me anchor. But what can Abai do? I mean, we know say they are a drug dear scanner. Me no be in common or say gentlemen need decide say ABR or be liquidating most of the assets in the Nyoma or Wana. It can actually go a long way to help. But again, we're doing the other side. That means the business will be on the last leg.
Only business on the last leg now. Yeah. Papa, we no pedi as an big. What about people that are bleeding? Heart problems. A soldier phone pain for now. No, she abako golden tulip or no ye surgeon also. Also go Sudan. Oba and when you have 40,000 or see and all the to men's school. What did you any 2 months a crowd and I send them by. It is any power we know. One of the young women. ono na waji sika no ko spray e wo ne sister wedding ase no ono na adwene no ono a waji sika no tuto cars eni otumi to obi nyom 3 million ono de adwene no please let's think of nkofo na omu sika ko di mo my advice am dey mo say omu enyo madwin say obligatory for the government to go and get their money.
And only the message they are putting across.
It is not.
Across.
It is not.
Yeah, answer phone calls. Now, may say bisa say ebia. It's on the new man so one kofo bitu am can account. Here to me, can say ebia buy ebebe in a way. But again, was say agri customers ni na buy to me nya imputa hu na fe share there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pato di ni baby awo free.
Me pato from me osofo di jamfi. Me free abeka.
Osofo koso.
Me ma honorable Afisiapa.
I think come to you.
Meje also.
No. You don't see. Send your work no. You doing a buying akutia business na car wabo. Amano. Enti the honorable can there. You mu bi ni there dey ya age papa. Na your small corner no. Empire board man say Onyankopon ka no ho na no kware a ho di ma o man no. Onko swara di ma o man no. Na ye se no kura say ye so akona na ye bompa ye ma no. If you say no kwaridie na wodi ye da na se. Yakopon swara no onto no kwale.
Ye da se.
Amen.
Ye da se. Ofer anase dia Yosofi ye no aye ne tell. But honorable nkofo bi so a wo ka soldier fasem omo call peacekeeping. Any woman peacekeeping would nam Lebanon.
Yeah.
My younger brother or Lebanon at this moment. Now or send new video said the hoya shifa bullet ni nam ukon hunu now be bana usika chese when yaka krado. Edi akọ invest. Na enne ye ka cho se wonsan kemu bia.
Wan say enne minim say oba minim aduane a wodi ye. On say wan kasa. O kasa manu contradict.
There be me contradict me because instances.
Yeah, instances America na wo kasa. And on any business there.
We'll be on the
Unyana on Tiona, Wakofa Sika be investing on hardship zone. That's how they call it.
Yeah.
Bisa madam no human because ran 2 times or Eritrea any or your friend saying
Sudan?
No, Ben Congo. Small country.
Okay.
Mekaidin. What you say?
And Eritrea.
Yeah, high zone. Eritrea with Ethiopia.
Okay.
Omo baako e on so koi. Now ko see ni sika no ba. No ko greedy or ignorant. No this can ko invest. Na
At least I like the fact of ignorance. And there.
Me say why greed both. Greed and ignorant.
Abewa online say ni abewa any come. Hello abewa.
Nabani.
Eti say.
Me we on answer.
Nyame adom yen koso abewa.
No di kan say afi na make us go fit dey so no Afisiapa.
I think come to you.
Na me ma honorable Afisiapa o.
Afisa me atiase.
Afisa bring enkwan odin ewo ho. Wa ma quality ye mo abaso di mapa udi. Udi di mapa. Na me dey honorable kakra mpeza me kan say oh ene say nanado ozo so nkofo bi so too much. And bibi ebetibia na nana betua enipa na bre odi bizika no koto na no onya mfaso no emfaso no mo odi brega na na aya du frupe na nipa de nam so ho o da first no na bodi moni afi mo pranso no ze ne obi anya fa no ko tutu ba di kokko se fa kokko ba di bida
na wo yi
ti ko na do zika kokko di mu a wo na zika akwa di mu
sa
eti mesra ya na beti anze bi nipa no omo anya nre ni anche no na kwa bi ebe faso bia ya beji sika no edi ama ejabi o ma musika akwa akodi ho no ya beji edi ama wo mo because eduru ba bia o man no ye peska bebre edi ayeniama se onabu Kennedy Agyapong ko ni mpeso so ahwenyuma papa o ye enti no ye pesa MPP aban no etra aban mu che na ye nuanu man disi fo so no sabi omo ye propaganda bi se na MPP fo che chire enya atika ni ayo enya atika DKM who are registered of Bank of Ghana me no ka say MENZGOLD who are registered of Bank of Ghana adu ti the DKM de nanado be muso betua edi ama omo no na da dia yewra ko do fon kro bi anso no bo na ba so we jo fani no ba ye the way information no o me na ba be to me na so o choose information ye ne collect ye nya bi etimi kan na me no ka say me ni o chema so o me nchen bo so o chia no de kakra kan hold on
already
Ochima
Apo ndi say
nyame adom Ana edanya me.
Hey, Afishapa.
We go back to here.
Why fresh and open road?
That's what you
I mention on a board, I mention on a book of your punk, Masana Brokan, Lawrence Agin Sam, Ghana Exim Bank, on Swami Fan Chairman. Offer. Maybe I'm Comodian Metiti more. Na NBC for trendy way bia. My entire moment tennis I win now. As some more can I say, your man penny and another danko for the men's good guy nature picture. Na me busa oba kaya oba who Andy Solomon. Come my man penny John Dramani Mahama launching my first school guitar. Papa be our reaction in our game in our lawyer president and the Solomon buyer. Any man penny John Dramani Mahama be trap picture. Ye busa your man penny John Dramani Mahama so reaction in our lawyer game no vice president ana.
Debbie.
Say sa no me kodia. Then na yesu ye judge say say na ye say game ni vice president omo dey ma your man penny that John Dramani Mahama no. Ayampa. Because what me make Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Only me. There's been in a picture. It is said to make a bibia. It Baba Honorable Kayana.
Yo.
NBC for the most Ghana for the Adisha. It is the Asano Yamishrao.
Yo, Yamishrao. Where good morning, Honorable Ken. I support whatever you are saying. Truth must be told. Ghanaians, we are too greedy. Way from Danso, from Kaswa Iron City. Also, over to me, Ode now journey on Facebook at Net2TVGH. Yes, Shumi show live. And after to YouTube. Still on Net2TVGH. Honorable, you fancy but going forward and wrapping up. Me say beside say wow come for asim for say. What's the one kokra? Omo be ye bibia no my campaign. Wo de what opa map constituency wo. Omo campaign, omo do posters webo. No mo akogina. Ahwe say ya to so aba. Na ya declare winner. So pa kwada opa ka so nko. Omo ke kan mo nsa no. Asa ko pick form. Apele bibia asa ko. Na we dey be consider the same prayer.
Omo pamika.
Say,
Badu de say you say agwingwini wo sumiem.
Sa ho.
You know, nipa bebre number omo me kasa.
Me Abiola from Abeka. Me fa Abiola from Abeka. Abiola. Okay, I think so went to me. Hello Abiola.
Never is here.
Abiola, what band now?
Yes, sir, good morning.
Good morning, Abiola, to say.
Yes, sir, good morning.
Hello,
good morning. Yeah, me too, good morning.
The UT from
Member you.
Okay, yeah, of course. Honorable Ken, it is Obedrin Hokakara. Now, going forward, what's your advice? And now, your very first time, our Basho dialogue, anyone here. Inti agri tre anase futu kakra de ma especially one ma musika akoka men's good.
Well, Neametimi Akaja, we all sympathize with them, but it should be a lesson in their first and last. And those who did not even invest in such a should also learn from what their friends are going through and not to be too greedy to go and invest in such a pony scheme and lose your money. We'll see what the government can do to assist in terms of retrieving some of their investments for them. So what you say. And in a buying crab before say a buy betting a season in your akas will turn. Still, court has to come in. Intime, because I'm more beyond trying to fee keke. Or mumfa assembly court, die court. Although a channel. I mean, situations like this where government is becoming under pressure. No?
Yeah.
I think said they can expedite it and make sure say wherever he is. But me the last time no dear, na me so was Spain. Here South Africa, of course, we're a businessman. He has
meetings here.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have your private jet, you can move anywhere you want at any time. But honorable, baby, I also want to, on behalf of the Dialogue crew, Net2TV on Man FM, thank you very much for this studio. We are still around the final touches. It's a better madam, I say, Mrs. Stella Japan Wilson. You better was Mr. Wilson in Japan. You better was because we share your cameras and watch time. Anybody, but you pay more. Now, if we share lights here, spotlights need set here. I think that they set so far. Ghana any first. We in your virtual studio. We a real studio. CNN standard. Internet. Yeah, that was it. Something that yeah, mama say. Now, honorable madam, so my pressure power here.
Yeah, also mama na to me first marketing officers omo nya dia mo yi omodi emfa foforo because she cannot continue to spend money on you. Yeah, when you are not getting anything. Emfa na ase mama. farmer madam me person magic credit because media me hu nkra na mbof because eyiska enam dia shim enam nya bi na da bia wo sa di sika shim enti se na waye ha na e mofa monhwe ade na efe no na monfa nya adwuma mo marketing officers monti omu enam kwachiri se na obi fra mu from alubo eni yo dia se ebi mo fra mu from abrochire ni e nyina enti you are expanding
you be that
expanding na make sure also say
that's we hope so say men's good in semi and threaten any other young guys with genuine intent to come up with business because a paper ko say the young guy be at the business be bad then Ghanaians will be so worried and
business how the budgeting confo sika now confo ton nyoma e wo street so any na be mo ton si o na bi no ye you can invest in so many things you see profit there untumi nya boom sir. What you say? But so long as in economics we call something break even.
Yeah.
What you say? O cost of investment and expenditure. Now in a year, the fixed cost, which is machines in here, dire west, what portions in 12 years you have to get this investment back. In every year, any or other variable costs, salaries, if you are able to hit that target,
you are good.
You are good. Until such a time, say we start to profit. Any friends say what break even. To break even, you can survive in the business. So and the more it prolongs now, existing now man for a whole business
experience,
more patronizing, then you are making your profit. But the neya or chinaya the koto abosome was 7%, 10%, 12%.
Of course,
I'm afraid
Manchester is booming.
Yeah, I know the.
I say we're booming businesses also work.
Well, okoye na ulok ba. So obi owa or you smart. Ba kubi yes or see. Ono de ohun sa de ne ba no aye be 1 year. Do ohun sa de ne ba.
No withdraw the sika.
No withdraw the sika with the penalty of 250,000. Utuai.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Once I no we play smart against the system.
There.
Anyway, yeah, the best here. You know, honorable Ken any aging commoner, honorable Ken at China. Unfortunately, you to me I'm picking course maybe free, but for your channel quantity, enough time no work. Someone so I'm doing messages about WhatsApp, Facebook, no. Yeah, that more I say. But the conversation goes on. Men, yeah, on me. Yes, I conversation because at Net2 TVGH. Yeah, called the dialogue. National agenda, so still no the 2 TVGH one year date in common so we'll write back and then we'll hold the conversation. You can clarify with everything you have. Honorable Ken, so yeah, then I say yeah that you see who Mrs. Stella Wilson and Japan and so I say for the new studio and equipment in your mom I think the two yeah to me back baby you were nationwide, you were online, you were baby a satellite, baby I'll be your life and clear now yeah concept that was what I say yeah a program. Nyame adu much na 8 to 9 ye besa ba but you may be repetition way as on the 2 TV so 9 to 10 p.m. pepe. Nyame shira na nyame shira Ghana ye frame abedi anim.